Hi guys. Welcome back to our podcast. Today we have a special guest. This is Jaime, my boyfriend. Introduce yourself.
Thank you for having me. I'm Jaime, for those who don't know me. First off, I want to give you your flowers for how far you've come in this podcast and the amazing amount of traction that you've gained. I know how much work has been put into it, so I want to give you your flowers before anything. I appreciate you having me.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. Today, Sarah couldn't make it today, so Jaime is filling in.
I'm filling in.
Which
I'm a filler.
We had planned to have him on an episode at some point, so it's just
it could be
happened to me today.
A sneak peek of a special guest.
Mm-hmm. So I want to we're going to go through a few little questions. We're going to talk about different things with a man compared to a woman in life, in general, in relationships. We're going to talk about all the different good stuff.
Yeah.
But one thing I want to ask you first is, what does the title My Kind of Women mean to you?
I think My Kind of Women is, a divine femininity that we all like to carry around us. You like to surround yourself with divine women, divine femininity to, keep you grounded. And, as a man, my kind of women means, having strong, solid women around me that, are able to keep me grounded and able to keep me focused. I think you guys built a great title, and My Kind of Women kind of invites everyone of, every race, every dynamic into it. So, yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I hope I answered your question.
I was going to say, no, that was a good one. So today has been kind of a good day. How's your day been?
It's been good so far, honestly. Woke up early. We had morning practice. You already know how that went. So it's been good so far.
Are you nervous?
For this right now? I don't really get nervous.
You seem nervous.
I don't really get nervous, but I just, I just want to make sure you're the main on this. You're the main star on it.
So I want to kind of get into a little bit of Jaime and how he is. I think because our podcast is supposed to be geared towards the girls, the gays, and the good guys. And I just think Jaime is one of the best guys there is. He's just respectful and kind to all kind of women. And he appreciates women. And I don't think anyone has a bad thing to say about you.
Man. And even if they do, it's okay.
No,
we still thrive. What you that let them theory is what taught me. Yeah, the let them
theory. Do you watch our podcast?
Yeah, I do. I do watch your podcast. I need to dive in a little bit deeper, though, I will say.
They're long, but I feel like you at least have watched most of them.
Yeah, I have watched most of them for sure.
Yeah.
Love the topics. I think they're engaging in a way that's just you're just sitting around the table like you guys are on a couch just having a regular conversation. I miss the couch. That's the most engaging part of it. I miss the
couch, but I will say it's hard because we had to literally move this table and move the couch every Tuesday, and that was his job to help me out with. Let's get in a little closer.
This couch is not light, by the way.
It's not light. It's not a light couch at all. So it was kind of stressful because we were moving a lot, but I like the table. I think it's a little more professional.
Yeah.
But I think we definitely will go back to the couch and stuff like that too.
Yeah, that would be smooth.
Which I have to make sure I move my mic from my face because last episode, guys, we're so sorry. Literally the last half of the episode was not focused because the candles we had here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the candles were it was awful. So we're blurry. So we have to make sure anyways. So Jaime, what is your idea of how women are treated in society? Not so much in the workforce, but society in general. Do you think that we are appreciated? Do you think that we are sexualized? Do you think we are getting the appreciation that we deserve, or do you think not so much?
Not so much, for sure. Never enough, of course, whenever it comes to women. I do think I'm going to put it in a couple different aspects. So in the profession sense, of course, there's always been a lack of respect for women and a lack of respect for the abilities and powers that they have and their leadership as well. I think they're undermined through the fact that they are sexualized so heavily. And this is a world pretty much run by men. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think there are enough women. There isn't. I don't say I think. I know there isn't enough women in power. And there's a lot that goes and ties into it. You know, I think you guys are sexualized a lot on a day-to-day, and it takes away from a lot of the abilities that are to be discovered in each woman, you know? Yeah. So.
Very good. No, I think that, you know, I love being a woman, and it's not to say I'm going to sit here and be like, women are not treated like men, because at the end of the day, there is a lot of women out here who don't want to be treated like men.
Right.
Like, I want to be able to feel like a woman, to feel, you know, in my feminine energy, but it's kind of hard for a lot of women to be in their feminine energy, because I feel like you need a man who can put you to that comfortable level of being comfortable to do that, because a lot of women have to have those walls up to protect themselves, to take care of themselves, because men in the past haven't done that for them. So when you're able to have someone who can make you secure and confident and loved and take care of you in many different aspects, not just like financially or whatever, but you're able to step into that feminine energy. And it's tough, because I think you can still be in your feminine energy and still be very successful bad bitch. Because I think we have this idea that you can only be a bad bitch if you're like an alpha female.
Nah, definitely not. I think a lot of it has to do with operating from a survival mind frame. You know what I'm saying? A lot of, you know, single women, single mothers out there are operating out of a survival lens, and it's causing them to tuck that feminine energy. You know, a lot of these women are having to play the role as a father figure for their sons, you know, and I know that's something my mom had to do for a long time. And, you know, I can see now that I'm older, matured, obviously, where certain women are operating from.
Right.
But yeah.
No, that's a good point, as far as like women having to be men, or like not men.
No,
women having to be fathers for their kids.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a dog eat dog world.
Yeah, 100%.
And a little scary. And I think it does create women to be a little more alpha female, strong, independent, which is great. But, you know, the goal in life is for women to be treated like women, but in a good way. You know, I think there's a lot of women who want to be, you know, at that same level as men, which is totally amazing, and I love that. But then there's also those women who want to just be taken care of, who want to just be loved, who want to just sit back and cook and clean and have their man take care of them. Either way, you know, I think respect for a woman and like the idea of women is something that needs to be more acknowledged.
100%.
By men and by everybody, you know, like a comment in the Barbie movie, which you actually watched. Did you like it?
I did like it. I think it was a cool movie. It was a good display of a message that
I think it was a good movie for both men and women.
Reach.
Not really for kids.
Yeah, no, not really. I mean, the kids probably won't understand it. They just like it
I
for
feel
the
like
glitter.
we were expecting Ayla to the Barbie movie.
No, she just liked it because there's a bunch of pink everywhere and people dancing and singing.
It was cute.
So it was a cute movie.
I think a good quote in that movie was men hate women and women hate women. Right. Such an awful thing, which obviously the whole point of our podcast is kind of to uplift and support all women. But it's just like an ugly world. Oh, did it just get weirdly white? No, we're good. It's just like a ugly world. Sometimes, you know, men don't appreciate you and neither do women, you know?
I don't think men understand how much a woman is needed for his growth, for his, you know, spiritual healing, for his depth and his thoughts and stuff like that. We got to understand that this world is created of a woman, you know. Men come out of women, and it seems like men forget that a lot of the times. Like, you come from a woman.
That's a good one.
So at the end of the day, you gotta hold femininity to a different a different level of admiration
Right.
to, you know, excel in different parts of your life. If not, you're just going to be super one-sided in your perspective.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, for real though, I think it's good as men. You should want to expand all points of your life, be the most knowledgeable person you can. And if you are not understanding women and certain things in life, not just like women in general, but just like how women think, how women feel, at the end of the day, like a man can be nothing if they are not loved or they can't love someone.
Right.
At some point, you know, those walls need to come down.
Right.
So why do you think certain men are that way, are against women, are against, I wouldn't even say against women, but more
dismissive, more like dismissive of their power and their ability.
Why do you think that is?
Their value. I think a lot of men are molded by society, you know, from the moment that you're born. You know what I'm saying? From 2 to 3 years old, you're taught what a man should supposedly be like. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man up. You know, hey, why are you crying? There's no crying.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, you're whining again about how you feel. Like, those are the things that really that create the perspective of a one-sided man, you know, and that man will lack a feminine side. And we got to understand as men, you have to have both sides to really understand a woman.
Do you feel like men should be more emotional?
Oh, 100%. 100%. I don't think, I think there's an emotional time for everything. I think men need to be more vulnerable. Okay. You know, especially whenever it comes to women. You got to be understanding that your vulnerability is your power because it allows you to connect with the world more. For sure. It allows you to connect with women more, you know, so. So
your idea of, or not your idea, but what is your take on men being very more logic, women being a little more emotional? Do you think that that's good? Do you think it creates a good balance, or do you think it does, men need to be a little more vulnerable or emotional and women need to be a little more logic? I
think as men and women, we have it in our DNA to be complete opposites. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The woman is going to be emotional and operate from an emotional point of view, and the man is naturally going to operate from a logical stance. I think we need that balance 100%. You know, you can't completely be logical all the time because you're not going to know or be able to empathize for people who actually need you in a sense. Right.
And I think, at times I think I obviously tend to be more emotional and you tend to be definitely more logical. Mm-hmm. But I will say, men who only think through logic, it doesn't always, it may solve the problem at hand. Right. But a lot of the times women, which I've explained to you, mm-hmm. women don't always see it as like needing an answer or needing a solution, but more just needing that comfort and knowing that you're listening to what we have to say and that you're there for us and what we're trying to express to our partner. Right. So a lot of the times when a woman will come and they'll say, I'm having a hard time or something like that, and you're like, well, what could we do to fix? A lot of the times we're not looking for that solution, that logical answer, but more just that emotional support.
Right. I think as men, a lot of the times we want to jump to the fix. Mm-hmm. We want to be handyman. We want to fix it right away. We want to fix it now. But at the end of the day, our science, our genetic makeup, our DNA of female and male is going to allow us to handle things differently. On the emotional aspect of it, I think that men need to be more understanding of how to be vulnerable, like I said, and learn how to be that little vent, whenever a woman needs it. I think we need to build a balance of both. Each individual needs to have a balance of both because a lot of the times a female or even a male can't come and just trauma dump all their emotions on a female. That's so funny. And a female shouldn't just trauma dump all the time,
I was about to say, I was thinking the literal same thing. That's why I was looking down. Is like, for sure, we want to be able to have our partner listen to us, to express, to say everything we have to say. I mean, you know, you have mothers and sisters and siblings that will listen and hear you out, but something about your partner you feel you want to express to most. Right. But at some point, my friend, she's a therapist, she was like, you know, at some point, you can't just like express, you can't trauma dump or just dump all of your problems onto your partner because it's not their problem.
Right.
You know, and that's not even problems, because of course problems in relationships that are really serious relationships, obviously you need to talk about your problems. Yeah. But I mean, if you're having something to vent about, a lot of the times it does put in your relationship, if you're constantly expressing, and I think that's for any relationship, friendships, family, if you're constantly coming to them for the wrong things or the problems in life, it only will make that a little more stressful.
Right.
So I think it's picking your battles as far as like what you want to express to your partner and what you probably should express to a friend, or what you should maybe get into therapy for and express to your therapist about. Not all the time does your partner need to hear all your problems, because they may be tired of it.
Right, 100%.
They're exhausted.
I think you can choose what direction you want certain relationships to go in, especially with family too. You know what I'm saying? Like, if like you're always gonna have that family member that only comes to you when they need something, or only comes to you when they have a problem and they want, you know, an answer and stuff like that. Right. Which some of the time is not always bad, but at the end of the day, there has to be a good balance where that person also fills your cup up as well, you know, and you're not just emptying your cup on their on their plants,
which doesn't
in their cup,
which honestly doesn't fill either's cup up either way.
Right.
Like, you could go and think that you're filling someone's cup up or emptying their cup by telling them all this, but then it doesn't fill your cup up any better that you went and dumped all of it onto somebody else, you know?
Right.
So then at the end of the day, both cups are empty.
Yeah, 100%.
So, that was good.
I
don't even know what I brought up. What did I first talk about? How did that even start?
First we brought up the view of women in the world, 100%. And then we went into femininity and how emotional women are.
But that's why podcasts are fun, because we just kind of
we just go wherever, You
just go in whatever direction.
I'm with it.
I had something in my head, but I kind of forgot.
How was your day, though?
It was good. I think, I mean, I just got ready.
You look beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
Just got to throw that in. I don't know if that's professional for a podcast, but...
No, I mean...
I just
what? I'm over here like, what? No, I mean, yeah, no. I chilled, but we kind of have to hurry. Guys, this probably won't be a long episode.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
I'm with it.
But I had something else to say. I can't remember.
How do you feel women can be more... How do you feel women can be put in a position of power more often in this society? What do you think it's going to take?
Less men. I'm just kidding. That's
an easy solution.
I'm just kidding. I don't know,
Take
honestly.
the men out.
That's like a question I'd like to ask you.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I mean, it's hard to stop 1 million women. You know, It's hard to stop 1 million women together as a unity. And I think we need more of this. I think we need more women.
I think we need more conversations.
Women. Yeah, more conversations, more hard conversations, more women loving women, more women understanding women. Because I feel like
more women supporting.
From what I see from an outside point of view, like let's say you're walking, you know, down the store or down the street, down the store aisle, whatever it is, you see another woman, and as a woman, you might, you know, be like, oh, you know, maybe her hair don't look like that, or whatever the case is, something. I think just automatically changing that perspective of just like saying the first thing that comes to your mind about a woman, regardless of what you see, is positive, 100%. And then just keep that.
I think connection. I try to be as positive as I can. I try not to be too, you know, because sometimes it's too much. But right. I try to, if I feel the timing is right and the moment is right. You look so pretty today. Oh my gosh, you look so good. I was getting coffee the other day, and there was this girl, she was giving me my drink, and she was like, hi. She had the most beautiful, like, radiating energy, and she was like, hi, here you go. And I was like, oh my God, like she stopped me in my tracks with how pretty she was. And I was like, oh my gosh, you are so beautiful. And she was like, you could tell she was shook.
Right.
But I think it made her day, you know?
Yeah.
And I just think we need to be more like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Uplifting women so women have the opportunity to kind of thrive, be more confident, try to get in that realm. And if you are that type of person that is trying to challenge a man, you have that confidence to do so, because I think it's possible. I think anything is possible. But there are just women who don't care to challenge men, who care to just want a man to love them and to just sit back and let them do it all.
100%.
What kind of women are you? What do you guys feel? What is your take on it? And I think from a man's perspective, I think it's hard for a lot of men to see it that way. And I think it's very admirable of you to come on here and kind of express like what you think more women should be appreciated, or how you think more women should be appreciated.
Right.
Because we should be.
Right. I think you guys should be valued from a societal point of view. You know what I'm saying? I think.
But every way, a sexual.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like every way,
society,
not just society.
Like in society is like everything to me, like in general and in certain direct relationships. But I mean, I think we need just more groups of women wanting to uplift more women and not gatekeep any keys. You know, that's big.
No, yeah.
You know, as women start getting more successful, I think more successful women need to pull up and teach more women that aren't as successful.
I have something to say. When you mention that, that's so true, because I think a lot of women, when women start to succeed, if someone were to be like, oh my gosh, how did you start? What did you do? A lot of women are like, you know, I've noticed.
Right.
But I've noticed men are the type to be like, oh yeah, bro, I did this, I did that, you know? So I think definitely we need to all start like getting in that idea of like, let's help each other out. Let's all help each other win. There's room at the table for everybody. And why would we not, you know, like why would you almost, you know, bring down another woman or stop another woman from like succeeding?
Wanting to succeed, yeah.
But then we're here complaining about how there's not enough women in power.
Right. And I want everyone to think about it this way. At the bottom is competition. At the top is collaboration. I think that's going to be one of the main things that it's going to take for women to be valued more.
Right.
As a society, and men, to be honest, because a lot of men are in competition. Right. A lot of men are in competition based off of the cars they got, based off of the woman they got, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? Based off of their position. You're gonna start to see at the top it's more collaboration. Like you're gonna see it, you know, and that's gotta happen. So what more can people at the top do to make people stop competing at the bottom? I think it's gonna be huge.
Because I think once you're at the top, you're not really competing.
Right. You don't give a damn. Care. You got everything you need. You know what I'm saying? Like.
So I had mentioned a point in my 26 things I've learned before 26 YouTube video, and it said he should want you to succeed. And it was basically saying like, of course we as women want our men to be more successful than us. I mean, that would be great. But if you are more successful, do you think why would men be mad about that?
Because
why would they want you to be below them?
They're not in tune with their feminine energy enough to not operate through pride. You know what I'm saying? They're not connected enough to the world to be like, damn, obviously you should want it for yourself overall. Like, I want to be the best version of myself. And if the best version of myself is still not better than my woman, then that's okay. We're a power couple. We can still walk in power, you know? Yeah. So that's something big, I think.
Do you think it makes them... I don't know. Do you think it makes them like a pussy? If they're like the type to almost hate on or downplay their woman's success, or just not even like if they aren't even successful yet, but if a woman is out here making more or just doing better, or even just sometimes there's men who just genuinely see their women thriving like beauty and positivity wise, and they'll do anything to break that down. Why is that?
Well, that's strange.
Is that immature?
No, it's just them as a person. It'll just reflect them as a person. That's just you not wanting anyone to be better than you, you know.
Do you
and
think
that's,
that changes with age, or do you think that's literally your personality?
No, I think it changes with maturity and understanding and connection with your feminine. Again, you know, I think just like anything else, if you have a mentor that doesn't want you to be better than him, you got the wrong mentor.
Right.
You know, and if they only want to see you succeed to a certain point, but that doesn't threaten their job or their momentum, then you know what I'm saying? That says a lot about that person. But
Right.
I think that it shows the person that they are.
For sure. Anything else? So go ahead and give us a little bit of about Jaime. What do you do? Shout out your business.
Yeah, so I'm the owner of New Heights Elite Human Performance. We're a sports performance training company, and we also train lifestyle clients, of course. We specialize in all sports, all shapes, all sizes, all abilities, all backgrounds. And yeah, we're doing the best to elevate different skill sets and different lifestyles in the day-to-day. You know, so been in this game about 6 years now, going on 6 years. Started off young and started off with a lot of bumps in the road. I didn't know where my direction was headed with this.
Which is okay.
Yeah.
You know, as long as you had that mindset that you were gonna get there, which you have,
Right.
you know.
Yeah, I had that from the beginning. I knew I'd end up somewhere. I didn't think I'd end up like this.
Yeah.
You know, in a good way.
In a podcast with me?
No, I just didn't, you know, I just didn't end up thinking I was just going to do this, you know, and just do this and we up.
Yeah.
You know, but no, it's been a blessing to meet the people that I've met and the positions that I've been able to be in, the rooms that I've been able to be in has been the most important part, though, you know, because nothing really started changing until I started getting in more uncomfortable positions with more value in the room. You know, if you're the smartest at your table, it's going to be hard for you to succeed long term.
Period.
You know,
That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram at jramirez_. You can go to the website, newheights99.com. Yeah, I'm on all socials.
Period. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. It was a little bit of a short one, but we have to go pick up our daughter. Yay.
Time to go be parents.
Time to go be parents. But thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you guys on Monday on, you say My Kind of Women.
1, 2, 3.
My kind of women. Bye. Say bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Focus. Okay, so now we need to, hold on, pause.